We've just gotten back from the US where we test drove a 50 SAV with a client from Australia. We went and visited the Regal factory in Orlando. Went to the Grady-White Dealer conference. We got to sit down and spend some time with Chris Carroll, the president of Grady-White. We then went and visited Atlantic Marine, who are the #1 Grady-White dealer in the world. And then we finished down in Sarasota, where we went and visited Chris Craft, where they had a showcase of all of their models on display. And we managed to jam all that into 2 weeks. So here, take a look at how it all went down. Here we are, we're in Orlando, Florida. We're here at the Regal HQ, and we've turned up. We're here with a client to just do a walk through the factory to see how the boats are built. And we've also got an LX43 that's just been pulled out of the mold, so we'll get to see that in person too.
35 to 50 feet. #1, market share. Because you were asking about market share data. That's kind of a big one. First time ever. And it's really related to those models that we just talked about.
Yeah.
The 43LX and the 50 SAV. And we also had our highest customer service satisfaction score ever this year, which was, well, by the way, it was north of 95. And that's been something we've been on a roll trying to get to north of 95 for, I'm telling you, 15 years. There's a big drive internally here to improve quality, because as you know, we sell boats around the world, and we want to make sure that we take care of our customers in the field. They're putting a lot of money, time, and effort into how do we take care of customers in the field, and what do we need to be doing. We will go to the boat wherever it is.
Pretty cool then just to hear and to see, even from the last time I've been here, just the investments and advancements that the company are making. Like this whole testing area wasn't here last time we were here, but what they do is once the boats get to the end of the line there, they drop them in the water here and they test run them on the lake. You know, we were asking you before about what are some of the big changes that you've made to get the customer satisfaction scores to the highest that they've ever been. The quality control is a really big thing for them, and yeah, pretty cool to see. So we're here in Pompano Beach, just north of Fort Lauderdale. Regal have been kind enough to organise a 50 SAV for us to sea trial today. We're here with a client from Australia, and it's a boat that's just recently been delivered to a former NFL superstar, and so super lucky to be getting on board, and yeah, really look forward to just seeing what all the buzz is about. I'm here with Jack. We're on board the Regal 50 SAV.
Regal just took out the #1 boat brand in the whole of the United States within the 35 to 50 foot category range.
The SAV, and this one being the flagship of the SAV range from Regal, is really, you know, the reason. One of the biggest things is just how well this boat does everything. It gets that perfect mix of being that ultimate entertainer and ultimate day boat, but you can also take it seriously fishing or just to do a little bit, and then you've also got the overnight capability. So it really is the boat that does it all. Something that, you know, a boat of this style gives you. You're going to use every foot of the boat, from those big swim platforms at the back, but then you come to this bow area, you'd comfortably have 10 to 12 people seating around this area.
To have the benefit to be able to use almost every square inch of a 50-foot boat, it's really a one-stop shop.
That does it all, yeah, absolutely. So in short, I mean, this is a boat that not only does it all, but it's something that's extremely simple and easy to use. For the way that people do their boating in Australia, this one's a game changer. So we just finished up at the Grady-White Dealer conference, and we just get so much value from those trips. They just do it so well. It started with us having a dinner inside the factory, which, there was over 150 people in there, and to be able to have a full sit-down dinner in the middle of a boat building factory like that, it just speaks to not only the cleanliness, but just the standards that Grady-White have across the board. And then the next day we went into, there was a bunch of speakers that came in, and then I had a guest speaker, a guy named Stephen, come in who'd written a book called Ditch the Pitch, and effectively the whole concept of that is just around going away from the traditional sales process and talking a lot about features and benefits and really just making it conversational. And it was really good for us to hear, because it is very aligned to the direction that we've really been working hard at taking things within our own sales process over the last couple of years, to find out a lot more about the customer and find out what it is exactly that they want and need and their past experiences, and see, the more that you capture in that conversation, the better chance you can have at finding them a solution that's going to be suited for them. Then later on that night we had the awards, and also they put on a casino night, which is just a really good opportunity for us to network with other dealers. We get to form relationships with people from the other side of the world that have been in the business for a lot longer than what we have, and so for us to then follow up and have that relationship is just invaluable. So we're here in Greenville, North Carolina, and we're just standing outside the Grady-White factory. We've come here with Jack, and he's going through to do a factory tour, and then Ryan and I have actually been lucky enough to get some time with Chris Carroll, who's the president here, and she's coming up to 50 years being at the company and been in charge for 40 years or so. Go inside Grady-White and go behind the scenes and see the type of people that they have, and see just the success and just how special that company is. A lot of it is really on the back of her leadership, and so for us, young, still in business and got a lot to learn and at the start of our journey, so being able to sit down with someone of her caliber and get to really understand around what are some of the things that make it so special and make the place tick. Really looking forward to it, and keen to share what we learned. All right, Jack, well, we've just wrapped up at the Grady-White Dealer conference, and you managed to get to do a factory tour for the first time, mate. What were your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I think from the moment you touched down in Greenville, North Carolina, you can tell it's the beautiful people behind this boat brand that make such good quality boats. There's a lot of traditional methods that go into building the boats, but fused with a lot of modern methods to also bring the boats to life, which ultimately delivers one of the best products from around the world. It was impressive to see how they're built, the amount of volume that they're building. It was just good to see. I suppose one of the major takeaways for me is just the culture of the team that work at Grady, even down to the president delivering a 400+ staff presentation every Friday morning to the team, just to keep them involved, and keep them engaged with the kind of values that they stand behind. So yeah, it was really impressive.
For us, particularly being a dealer for 8 years now, it felt like a family reunion in a lot of ways. Obviously releasing some new product, a lot of it that hasn't been formally released yet, was just really impressive to see the direction that the company is heading, and they just keep taking things to a new level. So really good to see that, really good to network with the other dealers. We're here at Wilmington, North Carolina. We've just turned up to Atlantic Marine, and a big part of what we try and do on these trips when we come over here is learn from the best. And these guys have just taken out, they're the #1 Grady-White dealer in the world, but not only from sales, from a service point of view as well. So the owners, Will and his dad David, have been kind enough to let us go through the place. So looking forward to seeing what we can learn and what we can take away and take home. Yeah, so we just finished spending time with Will, Chris and Jordan at Atlantic Marine, and they just took us through everything. They took us starting at the sales showroom where they would have had 15 to 20 brand new Grady-Whites in there. We spoke to Jordan about the Grady Club and the events that they run each year with their owners. They took us to their service facility to see how they operate there, and then the marina as well. Those guys really are the pinnacle in the industry. They're the leaders, and so for us to go behind the scenes to see what they do and how they do it is something we're extremely grateful for, and it's definitely something that we've got a lot that we've taken away from it that we can implement and we can improve in our own business to ultimately get more people out on the water and more people enjoying boating. And so huge shout out to those guys. They're the best in the business, and left feeling inspired. We're here in Sarasota at Chris Craft HQ, and this weekend they've actually got a showcase on where they've got every model in the whole range. Jack, while he's here, is also going to do a factory tour and just see some of those really unique things about what makes Chris Craft so special and so unique. And then we've got a dinner with Steve Heath, the president, tomorrow, who's not only a great man, super smart, and so to be able to, you know, spend that time with him, yeah, just really looking forward to it.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll definitely be back in a couple of years to do it all over again.